98 total proposed marine zones in the preferred alternative, both existing, potentially modified, and proposed new marine zones. And then the same revised management plan is proposed in alternative 2. Alternative 4, the intent here is to meet the Sanctuary Advisory Council goal of protecting large contiguous habitats in the sanctuary. We do this here in the Upper Keys at Harry's Court, in the Middle Keys at Long Key, Tennessee Reef, in the Lower Keys at Western Sambo, and in the Tortugas region with the complex submarine zones, conservation areas in the Tortugas region. The sanctuary boundary is proposed to be expanded, same as alternative 2 and 3 with the area to be avoided and the Tortugas region, with the addition here under the management plan of Holy Ridge to protect mesophotic coral reef ecosystems and the connectivity with the Florida Keys. Sanctuary-wide regulations, 5 existing regulations are proposed to be updated, and 4 new proposed regulations, 98 total proposed marine zones, the same as the preferred, and the same revised management plan as alternative 2 and 3. So lots of words, but just a summary of NOAA's preferred includes a sanctuary boundary expansion, protecting contiguous habitat areas, sanctuary-wide regulations, many of them intended to be consistent with state regulations, so how things are managed and regulated in state waters were consistent throughout the sanctuary waters, and provide additional authority to address persistent or emerging threats to sanctuary resources. The proposal includes both modified and proposed new marine zones, protecting additional habitat types that aren't well represented in our current zoning scheme. Protect additional ESA-listed coral locations where ESA-listed coral exists or historically existed to provide those additional protections. Facilitate research and restoration, and work to potentially manage human use and various impacts. Finally, the revised management plan enhance our understanding of sanctuary resources and the value of those resources, improving sanctuary resource condition, reduce threats and impacts to sanctuary resources, enhance stewardship activities and stewardship ethic of the Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary, and finally, advancing collaborative and coordinated partnership and management. So one last thing I'd like to say and reiterate, Sarah noted this earlier, we do have in the restoration blueprint, we do have 4 alternatives, no action, and 3 progressively more protective alternatives. All of them include potential boundary, sanctuary-wide regulations, marine zone regulations, and management plan. We welcome comment on any aspect of any of those alternatives for when you provide comment to the agency. And with that, I did want to show the tool. So I've just provided a lot of information. I saw lots of people taking pictures of slides. This presentation and the presentations that are given this afternoon will be posted online, so you can always go refer to this. But I'm going to take just a moment to show you the interactive mapping tool where you can engage with and go yourself and use the mapping tool to look more at zones. Hopefully. Make sure that it has the just a moment. And many of you may have already visited this today. You go to our main website, you can link onto this image restoration blueprint, and it will take you to the page where you can access the entire document, as well as some background information. So here's where you can access the document with appendices. This link will take you to individual static maps of everything I just talked about. And to give you an example, as I talked about Carey's Court, if you link on that map, it will pull up a static map so that you can see and compare across alternatives, and some background information about that area, the resources that are protected there, potential impacts that we're addressing, and so you can see there these static maps for every proposed zone. And that is at that link. And then here on the web page is this interactive mapping tool. So there are panels across the top that you can click on, and this is a static image of status quo. You can zoom in and out, but you can't manipulate the individual alternative panels. Alternative 2, 3, 4, and then here we have an Explore Zones section. That you can do a few things. That dotted line is programmed to always come on, and that will show you state boundary waters. Over here, you can change the background if you want a simpler background. To look at the marine zones, you can change the background. We'll leave it here. And on this side, the layers, you can pull that open, and here you can choose any of the aspects to explore. So I will pull up, we have all of the zones categorized. We have, you can take a look at just the boundary alternatives. A little dark. So that's alternative 2 and 3, just the boundary alternative that you can turn on and off here on the right-hand side. Oop, oh gosh. You can zoom in and out. Sorry about that. So again, I will pull up, just as an example, I will pull up sanctuary preservation areas for alternative 3 and the sanctuary boundary for alternative 3, which is the agency's preferred, and just highlight. You can click on a marine zone, and it will pull up information that you can read there as well. It's the same information that would be on that static map. So you can pull up, see a little bit more information about that area, the regulations applied in that area, and also here you can scroll down, more info, and it will pull up the static map for that area. So a way that you can yourselves let your colleagues, your friends know if they want to dig more into this product, they can go here. Another item, oh Jesus. Just to highlight these down arrows, if you hit that, it will pull up the regulations that are within that alternative for that zone type. And I think that is it. Okay, yes. So my colleague Steve has just reminded me that this, when you click on a marine zone and it pulls up the information panel, this here says 1 of 6. So there's more information as you scroll through for additional information about that marine zone, the regulations that apply, etc. So a lot of information available here, trying to make it accessible both to interacting with zones here for areas you want to learn more about, as well as linking to that static map so you can see in one place what the changes are proposed across the alternatives. Finally, since staff won't be in your living room with you all the time, there is a tutorial. The last panel hopefully provides enough information for you to walk through how to use the interactive map, navigating the map, how to change the background map as I showed if you might be interested in a simpler background, exploring the data, choosing, what I just did, choosing layers, looking at different zone types, pulling up that information panel, pulling up the static map, and then viewing the zone table. So if you pull up an area on the map, you can click on this down arrow. Not sure it'll work here, but click on that down arrow and a table will come up with every zone that is in the selection you have created in a table with all that same information about the zone, zone type, regulations that you can download and use. So that is the tutorial. That is the interactive mapping tool. Also on the website, and we'll talk about this afternoon, but additional information where you can easily find the existing regulations, existing management plan, the condition report if you're interested. There, some additional, the Sanctuary Advisory Council work plan, and some additional resources. And way at the bottom is information about making public comment, where to access regulations.gov to provide comment, and the upcoming informational sessions that will take place throughout the Florida Keys, Miami, Fort Myers, and our upcoming advisory council meetings. So this is the go-to place for the restoration blueprint, and I think that's all.
Thank you, Beth. Fantastic. All right, well, we're running a little ahead of schedule now. We do not have enough time for Amy's presentation. So, Beth, should we break early for lunch and save more time for questions towards the end of the day with the SAC members, or? All right.
Yeah.
Super. So we're going to take an hour and 15-minute break for lunch, and when we come back, we're going to hear a series of presentations on the impacts to sanctuary resources from the various proposals presented in the restoration blueprint. So it's 11:30. Let's come back at 1 o'clock.
think at 1 o'clock. Thank you.